Good morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of the day it is for you. I'm not entirely sure how well these speakers work on this laptop, so I'm going to try to speak up as much as I can just to be sure. Uh, my birthday was 2 days ago, so now I'm a year older and it sucks. Um, my mother and her aunt are now on their vacation with my aunt's three kids. They went to the beach um, in South Carolina somewhere. They will be gone for quite a while. But before my mother left, she did get me some birthday presents, and I am waiting for them to show up actually, um, which may not be for a while. I'll have to see first. I can never remember when these things are going to show up. Okay, so I have three things arriving Thursday, which is ink with a couple of stencils, um, that magnetic nail polish stuff, and a tapestry that is supposed to arrive Thursday. There's also two other sets of different fingernail polish that's magnetic that's also supposed to arrive Thursday, but they haven't shipped yet. And then Saturday, I have a whole bunch of stencils that are supposed to show up. Uh, Sorry. There's someone here who's not supposed to be here, so I'm just keeping an eye on them. So I may get distracted every now and then. Um, the tapestry that is supposed to show up is a black light one. It activates in the black light, which will be super cool. So I cannot wait for it to arrive. But because um, we're here, well, since I'll be here until they return from vacation, I decided to go ahead and have them sent here. I'm hoping that they all arrive on time, considering I have Prime membership, but we'll see. Um, it said none of them were supposed to arrive later than the 21st, but all of them were expected to arrive 18th. Most of them were expected to arrive the 18th, while the last one was supposed to arrive the 20th. So we'll see. My birthday was the 14th. Usually we start school around this time. I never really got much of a birthday because school usually started by the time it came around, and it rarely lands on a weekend. So we never could do like big birthday parties and stuff. I have all the doors locked just in case, but they're not supposed to be here. But they keep showing up anyway, and they're always as high as a kite. So I'm staying in my aunt's house, which is a 2-story house with a basement, which I wouldn't technically call it a basement considering only like 3/4 of it is underground. Um, it has a garage, and it's open, but the rest is covered by hill. Um, and there's different levels in the house. Right now, the room that I'm in is one of my cousin's rooms. Her bed is a lot more comfy than the guest room one, and I already told my aunt and my mom that I would be staying in this room just because the bed is super comfortable. So, not only that, there's like two bathrooms, one right outside the door and one to the left of the door. Just like bam, walk out the door and there's a bathroom, and the kitchen is right across the hall. The only thing I do not like about this particular room is that the second I walk out the door, right in front of me is the door to go outside in the backyard. Um, if someone decided to, break in or trespass or anything of the sort, I would be in serious shit. Um, but it's got two ways out. Um, window there, and I don't care if I have to break shit just to escape. I will do it. Window's not going to stop me. Um, but it's a very big house with a lot of different ways in and a lot of different ways out. The only thing I was really curious about was my aunt has a car that's just sitting out there in the driveway, and I've been really curious as to if it runs or not. Because if something were to happen and I had to leave the house, like, I don't know, if someone catches the house on fire or something, just something out of the ordinary happens, I would have a way to escape if it runs. And if it doesn't, I'm kind of fucked because there's not many neighbors around this area, and the dog that she has probably wouldn't help very much if someone were to break into the house. Um, my mom has bought necklaces for two of my aunts, um, so that they can have a remembrance of Nana, who recently passed away. Um, and apparently, one of them was very mad about it. Um, my mom's, I don't know how you would do that. My mom is the oldest. Then we have my second oldest. The second oldest, we'll just go with T. Then we have the third, which is M, and then we have the fourth, which is B. Um, so T apparently was very upset to hear about her mom's passing through a text message. But to be fair, everyone tried to call her, she just didn't answer. So that's on her. If the phone call didn't go through, that's not their fault, so she can be mad all she fucking wants. And as far as I'm concerned, they did what they needed to. Um, M basically, she was trying to get her kids ready to leave to go to their dad's, um, make sure they were ready to go and all that. And I saw the text message come in. I had a really horrible feeling and I looked at my phone. Next thing I know, I got a message from Mama telling me that my grandma had passed. So I went to M and I was like, "You need to check your text messages." We were kind of frozen in the kitchen for a while. Um, her children have a bit of a mental block, so they don't quite understand certain feelings, don't quite understand certain things either. Um, she told them before they left that their grandma had passed. Of course, they don't really understand the concept of that. They won't till maybe later, depending. Um, but yeah, basically everyone found out through a text message. Um, B and my mom were there when it happened, and they didn't even see it coming. It just kind of crept up on them. It was just so sudden. I guess they were in the middle of talking, and then they realized that she wasn't breathing anymore. Um, my mom kind of already knew what to expect. She came home and told me that my grandma kept trying to get out of her own skin and her clothes and everything. She kept trying to. She was kind of. Most people would assume that you're going crazy or you're extremely uncomfortable or something is wrong with you mentally. Um, but usually, when you're older and you start feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, and doctors have already said that you're not going to last much longer. Usually, what it means when you start feeling uncomfortable or you're trying to take off your clothes and um, you're trying to find a way out of your own body, it's because you are literally trying to get out of your own body. Um, your soul is ready to go. Uh, when Mama came home and told me that, I was like, the only people that I've ever met that feel that way are people who are getting ready to pass. Um, we didn't know how much longer she would last. The nurses kept giving us different times. One said she would last another week. Another said she wouldn't make it past the 5 days. Um, Another said she may last 2 weeks if she's lucky. She made it to, I believe, day 4, and and finally managed to get out of her own body. Uh, Kind of threw us all for a loop. I didn't realize that. I did not realize that I would be that upset when she passed. She was not good to me at all. Um, I don't have any good memories of her, just being completely honest. Ugh, her hair looks like crap. Sorry. Um, she was not very nice to me. She was not very good to me. She was
Not too far. About
an all around ass to me. So I thought I would be completely fine when she passed. and that um, I would be like a, a rock to my aunt and my mom. And it ended up hitting me a lot harder than I thought. Every now and then, I still have these moments of wanting to cry. We did have to go to her house the on my birthday. We went to her house to pick up things that other family members have claimed. Um, Beddings, pillows, pictures, stuff like that. Decorative dishes and things. Um, Everyone had laid claim to just about everything. I got this blanket and the blanket that my laptop's on. I think I can turn it. This blanket. I have it folded up to keep my laptop up, prop it up enough. I am sitting on a bed, obviously. Um, and I got another blanket. There was a pillow exactly like this one that was at Nana's that I really wanted to take. Um, Unfortunately, someone had already claimed it. There were a lot of things, just there was barely anything that was unclaimed. Um, so my birthday ended up not being the best because we were at my grandma's house. I was literally nailed down in the kitchen. Um, w- when we walked in the house, I found myself in the kitchen. Um, and I could not move from the kitchen. It was like I was literally nailed down to the floor in there. I couldn't move and I just kept crying. I was being as silent as possible because B and her second son were there and I didn't want to be loud and irritate them and then get them all crying. Um Her son ended up uh coming out to hand me some pillows that are supposed to go to M, and he saw me crying and he set them down on the counter and just turned around and left. Didn't say anything, didn't go ugh or anything of the sort. He was like, I'm gonna give her space. um, which was like the sweetest and most considerate thing you can do, especially if someone is not trying to hug you or stuff like that. If they're not trying to cling to you and keep talking through it or anything of the sort, it usually means that they just want the space. Um, Give me a minute. Ciao, come on. Something doesn't sound right. guess I was hearing things. Okay. Sorry, I had to go and check the doors. It sounded like someone was trying to get in, so I wanted to go and check and make sure. Um, the dog will not be much help, even if there is something, but he's quite intimidating. Um, to people who don't like big dogs or are scared of big dogs or believe the prejudice of all big dogs. Um, that's Talon. Talon is 7 years old now. 8 years old? I believe he's 8 years old. And just a really sweet dog. But he's only on guard duty outside of the house. Inside of the house, he's no good. He's just no good. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys and let you know what all is going on. I don't believe we'll be here for her service. I believe my mom's about ready to just go. I will not be attending. That is for sure. I didn't want to see her when she passed because I wanted to remember her how all of my memories have her strong, healthy, and moving. Um, all of my memories of her are like that, except for the very last one. And if I went to go and see her, or hear people talk about her, it would just kind of overwrite all of those memories. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Um, that is what I wanted to talk about today. So I got that out of the way and all that. I also needed someone to talk to because I'm in this gigantic house by myself and it's absolutely terrifying at night. During the day, it's not so bad, but at night, it's just like it's a horror movie waiting to happen because the house starts settling at night since everything's cooling off and it does a lot of creaks and stuff. And I swear up and down there's someone in the house. So I end up letting the dog out to go and check all four corners and then come back in and go and check everywhere in the house just to make sure that there's no one else here. But I don't know every nook and cranny of this house, so I can't be 100% sure. So I literally lay down paralyzed with fear at night, which leads to me not sleeping very well. Oh, I got new tongue rings. That's one of them. It glows in the dark, which is awesome. I believe I showed you guys that already. So I'm just waiting for the nail polish, the tapestries, and the tattoo stencils and the ink to show up. They're temporary tattoos. They're supposed to last like a week or two before they start fading, which is really cool because I've always wanted to try getting a tattoo. I was really close to getting a tattoo at one point in my life until one of my boyfriends completely destroyed that fucking opportunity for me because he has to be a jackass. Boys are stupid. Just say if you're fucking insecure. Okay? Don't sit there and think that a girl is cheating on you just because she's obviously too good for you. My family has this ridiculous thing with loyalty that once we start dating someone, that's the only person for us. Basically, no other man exists. Our friends don't exist. Our family doesn't really exist. Like, we still acknowledge them, but it's not the 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 guy that we're dating basically takes over our life, basically. We have like an undying loyalty to them, which after a certain point, once you break our trust and that loyalty, it cuts off, and that's it. You're dead to us. It's like you never existed in the first place. The only difference with me is that I hold grudges. Um, a lot of people say that's because I'm a Leo. No, it's because I don't get over shit so easily, and I'm not going to let anybody just walk all over me and get away with it. Which is one of the reasons why I'm extremely pissed off at my sister. Anyway, I will get into that another time. The only person that knows that I have a YouTube channel is my aunt M, who doesn't get on YouTube, and my mother, who has never watched it. So I will talk about that another time. You guys are just going to have to remind me if that is a story that you want to hear as to why I'm pissed off at my sister. I will most likely never be talking to her again. So I'm going to leave this here. I gotta find another damn story to read. So many stories are just disappointing me or getting too confusing. So, okay, I'm going to leave this here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of the day it is for you. And I will see you again soon. Bye.